to our team Zoom. This is Julie White, and I'm really honored to introduce to you our special guest for tonight. Her name is Abby Drury, and she is a nurse, an RN, and she has a background in medical sales and pharmaceutical clinical education. She's a Pro 7 and LifeVantage. We actually got to see her on the stage at our last event, and I was so impressed. And so, Abby, I know you have some things that you're going to share with us tonight. We all have our notebooks and our pens, and so I'm just going to turn it over to you. And I just want to thank you so much for coming on here tonight and taking the time out of your busy schedule to, share with us. So I'll turn it over to you, Abby.
Thank you so much. It is such a pleasure to do this. I'm learning this, and I want you guys to know that I'm probably newer than than a lot of you. So a lot of this is new to me. Network marketing is definitely something that I have never done before. I started with LifeVantage December of 2017. Yes, is that right? What year is this? 19? So I've been a distributor for just 1 year. And I'm learning a lot of stuff along the way. I learn a lot of what not to do. So I'm going to share that with you guys too, because a lot of people do things and we don't realize it could be hurting our business. And I've learned of a lot of tricks along the way of getting into this business. So this pyramid scheme, as I've always taught and learned, has been an amazing, amazing journey for me. And I'm so blessed and so excited to be a part of it. And I just laugh and cringe every time I hear someone tell me that. As a nurse and a medical professional, a lot of times we get looked at badly. You're doing network marketing. It's that bad. You had to do that. And, what people don't realize is we have a remarkable business and product that is just blowing the minds of so many people. And I am honored to be a part of this company. And if you are new to this business, be proud that you jumped in. You jumped in at the right time. You are on board with an amazing company, and be proud of that. Be proud of your company, proud of these products, and just know that you have remarkable science and lots of medical professionals on hand to support you along your journey. When I started this business, I jumped in because I had a really sick child. I was very ill myself, and our pediatric PA reached out to me and said, Abby, I think I have something that may help you. And just like everyone else, when you talk to your prospects, I had to go research it, right? We have to go research it. We have to look on Google. We have to find out if there's any negatives or anything bad about this product. And I did that for about 2 weeks, and I thought, you know what, this is crazy. My own PA is telling me to take it. And so I did. I started taking the product and also giving it to my emigres. And within 30 days, we were just two totally different people. And I was ready to jump on board and share this with the world. So just to get started on just a couple of tips and tricks that I've learned along the way. First, I want to help you grow your business. So how are you going to do that? First and foremost, I've grew my business from beginning in December to making it to Pro 7 as of July. And so in a little less than 7 months, I was Pro 7, and I did that all on social media. So Facebook is my baby. That's where I expanded, and I reached out, and, I just told my story. So number one, a lot of people don't want to tell their story, and we don't want to come across as salesy on social media. So you just want to be authentic. Just be authentic. Share your story. Share someone else's story. Don't share the product. That's the number one thing people do. They share Pro Tandem. They want to share LifeVantage because we're proud of it. So we do want to share it. But what happens is a lot of people will go to Dr. Google. They'll start putting in Pro Tandem. They'll start looking up information on their own, and then they want to go buy it from another website, right? And so you want to pique their interest and lure them in so you can talk to them, so you can actually tell them the science behind the product. We have a message a little system we use is ATM, add, tag, and message, okay? So each time I talk to someone, I'll add them to our educational page. Dr. Sean McKee runs a page for us. It's called hashtag the Little Yellow Pill and Friends. So we add our prospects to that page. We'll tag them in success stories that pertain to them. And then we also message them. You want to follow up with them. Hi, I just added you to an educational page. Here is my website. Please let me know if you have any questions. I'll be happy to get you in touch with a physician or medical professional to help answer questions. And so that's my rule of thumb. We add, tag, and message. Always, always, always send your site to order, okay? People are skeptic. We want to send them information and say, hey, contact me if you want to order. Don't do that. Be upfront with it, okay? So if you send them a message, go ahead and send them your website. Hi, here's my website to order. I went ahead and put product in a cart for you. All you have to do is click and check out. You just confirm that they're going to purchase from you. So now they're looking at their phone going, oh my gosh, Abby thinks I'm already going to buy this stuff. Now I have to buy it, right? Yeah, because we want you to buy it. So you need to confirm the sale and lock them in before you even give them time to be hesitant about it, right? So those are just a couple of little tips I have. Always share your why. You know, when you're looking for a prospect, I reached out to all of my colleagues. I reached out to nurses I've worked with. I reached out to friends I went to high school with. And I told them, I said, I just invested in this amazing company. I'm looking for a business partner. Would you be willing just to watch a little ABC primetime investigation about our product? When can you talk? And so I would send them that message, and I would send them the ABC primetime link. And then I would follow up with, can we talk tomorrow? Or I would just call them up myself. I have a couple of people that were hesitant, PA friends of mine, nurses. And, you know, I was just really pushed. I was close enough to them to say, you're going to do this with me. If you don't, you're going to miss an amazing opportunity. I'm so glad that they have. They've each ranked it advanced. I have one that just hit Pro 5, thank goodness, that she's having some success. And I'm real excited for her in this journey. But had I not been that pushy with her in the beginning and said, yes, you're going to do this with me because I love you and you're a great friend and I don't want you to miss this amazing opportunity, she probably would have never jumped on board. And it's okay to ask for the business. That's the number one thing we learn in sales. I don't know if I have any medical sales reps on the call with me, but the first thing you learn is ask for the business. If you don't ask for the business, somebody else is going to ask for the business, right? They're going to go look it up. They may have heard from someone else or they may have seen it. I've got a new distributor I just signed up. She learned about this product probably 6 months ago from someone online that she had never met before. They sent her the ABC Primetime investigation. And so when she got it from me, she said, oh, I've watched this before. Do you know so-and-so? He works for this company and out in, you know, somewhere else. And I said, never heard of him. And she said, well, now what do I do? I said, well, I'm going to ask you to become a business partner with me, you know. And so she did, right? He forgot to ask for the business. You have to ask for the business. You have to ask and be upfront with them that you want them to be on your team and that you have a winning team and you're there to help them. The next thing I would say is to be consistent. You know, people start on Facebook and they'll put a post out and they'll call me and they'll get real discouraged. They haven't heard from anyone. They didn't get hardly any likes. Only 3 people liked their post and it just is not working for them. Well, you have to build trust, guys. So, you know, these people are seeing you. You're throwing out this new product to them or this new success story and you're saying hashtag the little yellow pill and they think you're going crazy. I mean, who's hashtagging the little yellow pill, right? And so they're all trying to Google and look up hashtag the little yellow pill because that's what you're putting in your post. And they're going to watch you. They need to build trust. They need to know, is she still going to be doing this in 6 months? Oh, it's been a year. I have people now. Finally, they've come around. They want to purchase the product. They saw it a year ago. They asked about it. And now she's still doing it a year later, so they're ready to purchase. It's called building trust, and you have to be consistent. Consistency is the number one thing in this company to grow your business. If you give up just because you didn't get enough likes on your post, the first 3 posts you put on, then you're missing the boat. because all those people are watching you, especially your family. And your family's the hardest people to sell to, right? Let me see a show of hands. Who has a hard time getting their family on board, right? They think we're crazy. We're doing the crazy thing. Well, you're not. And they're going to keep watching you, and they're going to keep seeing your success. They're going to keep hearing success stories. You just add them to a page. Julie, do y'all have a medical page where you can add to see success stories?
We do. We have our team is called Team Lifetree, and we have a Lifetree Health Science page.
All right, I'm just writing this down. Yeah, I'm so new. I have no idea where Julie was from. And that's so, and so I don't know which team I'm talking to. It's good. I'm glad I know now.
I live in Pennsylvania. Are you in Florida?
I'm in Georgia.
Georgia. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Right.
Great.
And so, keep adding them. Your family doesn't want to talk to you, add them to the page anyway. Just keep adding them. Eventually, they're going to see it. They're going to accept it. They're going to go on there and try to look around. They'll come around. I have family just now purchasing from me that, they've just been watching me. And I have some that refuse for whatever reason. So anyway, it's okay. Move on. There's other people out there. We have close to probably 1 billion people on, or near about that, on Facebook. I know on Instagram there's that many people, so you can reach far outside of your family. Okay. The next thing I would say is, move out from Facebook. If you've been doing this for a while on Facebook and you feel like you've exhausted, or you're not making the friends or the connection, go to Instagram. Instagram is so great. You can join groups. You can follow big groups, fibromyalgia. You can follow any type of pain, migraines, autism, whatever you want. They don't kick you out. On Facebook, guess what? They kick you out. If you get in a group and you mention something, if they think at all you're salesy, you're done. You're out of there. So they don't want you in there. On Instagram, it's a free playing ground. You can follow these little groups. You can have them follow you back. It's easy. You just find out what your platform is, okay? So even though we can't claim to cure, treat, or mitigate any disease, that doesn't mean we can't follow those groups, right? I follow all kinds of groups. I'm really big into autism. My child has special needs. She also has liver disease. And so those are the groups I follow. And that's where I get a lot of my followers from. Those groups, once they see you connect to a group, then they're going to go connect to you. Whoever's following that group, they'll go find that group list and start following all those people. So, you've got to broaden your horizon here, find other places. If social media isn't your thing, it's okay too. So with social media, I use Instagram, I use Facebook, I use Pinterest. Pinterest is a big one to use. And I'm just learning how to do it. So I can't give you a lot of tips on Pinterest because I've just started. So, otherwise, if you're not using any type of social media, then, you need to find a blogging page. Do y'all have that, Julie, where you have a page you can share in an email?
A page what?
Like a blog page or anything?
No, we don't have a blog page. We have a business page, and we have the science page, and then we have a team,
right.
page where
So it's okay to reach out to them through text and email, and go find those stories in your Team Lifetree page, or whatever the page that you have your success stories on. Go copy and paste those and send them in an email if you need to. Text messages work, emails work just as good. If they're not on social media, it may be someone that's just had a bad experience, or they don't want to be with, in public or whatever, on a public platform. So meet them for coffee. Call them up on the phone. If it's that important that you feel like you could reach them, then talk to them. Talk to each one of those people. Anyone I connect with about the product or my story, I always give them my phone number and ask them, reach out to me. I want to talk with them and go over the product, because I think it's so important for them to hear you. They'll hear your just your passion in the way you talk to them about the product, and that helps sell the product and sell yourself. Most of all, just sharing those stories sells the products itself. I never feel real salesy with this. And I've been in sales for about 15 years. So with this product, I don't feel that way. It's a passion. I run with my passion and I share those success stories. And those success stories really, really just sell the product and the company themselves. If you're looking to grow your business, we need distributors, right? So what are you going to do to get distributors? I already said, let's ask for the business, ask for them, call them up, tell them the opportunity. What you need to really do is just share that stock market, pull up NASDAQ, see where the stock is, share what the opportunity is, tell them where we were 1 year ago, where we are today, and we're just getting started. We haven't even hit momentum. So this company is going to just keep growing and growing and growing, and it's going to come with or without them. So I think that's really important to share whenever you're trying to share the business with someone to get them on board with you. I think, Julie, next I was just going to go over the importance of events. How many people? I can see a couple of faces, not everyone, but do we have a good crew from your team coming to Charleston? Yay, I see some hands. I'm so excited about Charleston, guys. I will tell you that these events are absolutely amazing. I would have never thought that I would have hit Pro 7 in July, but guess what was in July last year? Elite Academy. And it sets your soul on fire. It sets your team on fire. So if I tell anyone any bit of advice tonight, it is to never miss an event. It totally changes you. It just the personal growth that you walk away with is unexplained. I just can't even describe it. Can you, Julie? You just become a different person. It motivates you. It empowers you. And, you can take that with you the rest of your life and not just pertain it to LifeVantage, right? It just, you grow stronger and stronger with each event. And I think it's real important to get as many as your team members there with you. I think I have about 65 coming with me, and I'm still trying to recruit more to come because I think we should just have the biggest crowd there. I mean, it's only 3 hours from my house, right? I wish I could get all of my team there, but they're across the whole United States. So it's hard to get them all in one place. All right, I'm going to open it up for you guys to ask questions, and hopefully I can answer them.
Awesome. Okay, Mark, are you on? Mark Harris?
I am on.
Okay, Abby, I'm not sure if you know Mark, but Mark Harris is our team leader, and he's a Pro 8 in LifeVantage, and I'm going to let him help you navigate the question.
Okay.
There's one burning question I have.
Okay.
And I suspect you may have the right answer.
I hope so.
How about them dogs?
Oh, go dogs.
Go dogs! My
Are you a dog fan?
I graduated from UGA.
Yes.
So we had to get that out of the way right now. So you and I are thick as thieves.
Yes.
Yeah, and we need to talk when we get to Charleston. We've got a couple questions on the chat group. How do you keep your success stories compliant on your Facebook page, Abby?
Okay, so I always, anytime I post a success story, I make sure at the bottom of the story you have to put, we do not claim to treat, mitigate, or cure any disease. So make sure you put that on there. You can get the correct wording if you want it word by word from LifeVantage on the back office. And then I use NRF2 activation a lot. If you're not using LifeVantage and you're not saying Protandem, we can say NRF2 activation, right? So make sure you're not using those words. That's where the compliance comes in. You don't want to use the word Protandem. If you need to steer away from hashtag the little yellow pill or whatever you're using, use NRF2 activation.
Yeah, that's great. And I would add this 2 bits. Guys, really be careful. And just, in fact, just don't do it. Don't mix posts with Protandem, LifeVantage, and NRF2 activation. If you're being circumspect and being careful to not mention Protandem by name in that group, well, it doesn't really do any good if the next person posting posts something about Protandem specifically. So just be really, really careful that we're not making any of those claims, right? And what you do on your personal message, we would encourage you to still be really careful. but man, especially on the walls, right? Especially on the Facebook group. So does that answer your question, Jerry? You can unmute, bro, if that doesn't do it.
NRF2 activation, I mean, that's huge. That's broad. We can have, we can get NRF2 from nutrition. So, that's just using a broad word, NRF2 activation. And that way you're not using the little yellow pill and you're not saying Protandim or LifeVantage.
Right. But you can't have it anywhere in that group, can you? I mean, I'm just
in what type of group?
Well, our Lifetree Health Network has corporate videos, it has opportunity videos, it has product information, all that kind of thing. We have 3 groups, and that one that we're using kind of as our landing page for people that were ATM. There's information about the products all over it because that's what it's for. That's what it's for.
So that's okay. Is it set up as a private page?
It's set up as a closed page.
Closed page. Okay.
So we have another one that we're sort of working on, I think, that's going to be more sciencey based. I don't know that much about what's going on over on Lifetree Science, Mark, because I've been spending my time otherwise. I just know at the doctors' meetings, especially at the last one, they were talking a lot about compliance, and I know that they basically say you can't say anything, but just how to be cautious about that when we're doing our stories.
Right. Okay. So
I agree. Stories are what people attach to.
Right. Right. So I haven't done a live story. I did do one when I first started, but worked with pharmaceutical companies, so I took it down. But anyway, and so little conflict of interest there. So I don't have any live videos out there. I do have any live video. I think I do have a live video out there, but it's with Dr. McKee, and we're specifically going over the science of the product, and we're not at all mentioning any diseases. Okay, so we can have symptoms without mentioning diseases, right? So I have a disease. I live with psoriatic arthritis. What do I live with? I live with joint pain. I live with inflammation. I lived with sleepless nights. Okay, so you can mention symptoms. You just can't mention a disease. Okay, does that make sense? So I can make a post and say, a year ago, I was having a hard time climbing the stairs. I had severe joint pain. I was having a hard time sleeping because even the sheets would hurt my legs that night when I slept. And you can say things like that and say NRF2 activation and the little yellow pill. You cannot say a disease name and combine that with LifeVantage, Protandim, the little yellow pill, and NRF2 activation, right? So, for instance, I made a post today about my little girl. We went to the orthodontist. So, in my post, it doesn't mention anything about autism or a disease, right? I mentioned in there a year ago she would have never been able to lay still because of her sensory issues. Okay, that's okay. And her anxiety, that's okay, you can say that. And the lights would have bothered her laying in that dental chair. Today, she jumped right in the chair and even laughed at the vibrations from the hand pieces, right? So none of that mentioned a disease. So as long as you don't mention a disease name, you can share a success story, okay?
Good. Yeah, that's good.
You can say, I have a friend who had uncontrolled blood sugars without saying the word diabetes. Jerry, are you a physician?
I'm a dentist.
Okay. Oh, yay. I have a couple of dentists on my team. So I was a dental assistant. That's how I got through nursing school.
Oh, no.
After I became a nurse and worked in the hospitals, my dentist hired me back and wanted to match whatever the hospital was paying me, so I'd be back in his office. I was like, I didn't know you hired nurses.
So, Abby, give us your perspective as a practitioner on the debate going on around the use of the word inflammation. I know that compliance has frowned upon just recently even using that word. I know we have a patent that covers the direct effect of nerve 2 activation and inflammation. So, just from real quick, what's your perspective on the use of the word inflammation?
Well, I think inflammation is a really big deal, and we should highlight it. I don't want to go against anything that's being said by the company. If they're saying not to say it, I haven't heard that, so I need to get in the know with that. I'll have to get with Dr. McKee. If we have a product that has proven science to upregulate your glutathione by 300%, I think it's very important to highlight that. I mean, we have science to back it. So if you have science to back that, if you're not using the word inflammation, I haven't heard that, Mark, so I need to get with Sean.
Yep, I just heard it last EA or was it convention? I lose track of the event. So whichever one we just came off the
Bible.
Yeah, I just heard that. And was that from the docs meeting, Jerry? Then I got that feedback about the specific discussion around inflammation.
Yeah, I mean, he was basically saying you can say, I feel healthy, I feel happy, I feel wonderful. And that was all they basically,
Yeah,
so,
well, that's a case of
I don't know
your butt,
real,
right?
I don't know for real what we can say.
Well, I think it's...
I think Sean McKee, let me see. I thought she was going to jump on here. Let me see if I see her. Sean, are you there?
I don't see her yet.
I don't see her. Okay. I see a couple of my teammates. I just don't see her. Okay. Well, I'll get with her, see what she says, and I'll get back with you, Mark.
Thank you. Another question from Don. Diseases are mentioned in the ABC News video along with Protandim. Is it compliant or am I just confused? There's a softball for you. Tee that one up. Go ahead.
Yeah, I'd say share it away. It's out there. We have it. We can share it. It's public.
It's not us.
It's not us. It's ABC Primetime.
It's ABC Primetime. Yeah.
So keep sharing.
Yep. And I think, Don, that principle of third party is why that's so powerful, why we have 24 plus peer-reviewed studies that have been published on PubMed.gov. We use those. We just point, right? Because they're there. Absolutely. Any other questions? Well, we've got Abby on the platform here. It's for any of us that have been in any amount of time, we're just astonished, sis, at what you were able to do going from 0 to Pro 7 in such a short period of time. I think there's an amazing combination of factors, but I think most of all, the compelling thing, or the thing that I walk away with just meeting you here on the Zoom, is the sense of urgency and passion and excitement that you bring to the table. Can you comment just real quickly? I mean, I can comment as an outsider meeting you for the first time, but can you talk about what effect that has throughout the whole sort of the what process? You're doing this and you're doing that and these behaviors and that activities and this follow-up. Just talk about, again, if you will, just your level of excitement and the effect that has on recruiting and momentum in your team.
Right. Well, guys, I lead with a lot of passion. I was in a very bad place before starting these products. I was in a lot of pain. I was on biologic injections, which had terrible side effects. And my daughter actually developed liver disease from pharmaceuticals. So we're left in a place where I could never treat her again because we are real hesitant to give her anything at all. Synthetic chemicals, I just cannot put them in my child. We don't know what it would do to her. I almost lost her twice. So when I found a product that she could take that would help her and I was able to have relief too, I have a ton of passion behind these products. If I could get everybody off of pharmaceuticals, which is horrible because I work for a pharmaceutical company, but I would. And I no longer work for that company because as of August, I was able to quit and do this full time. And I'm very, very blessed. I can tell you that. Is it a hard business to grow? Yes, it's not. Don't look at me and think it's easy. It wasn't easy. I put a lot of hours into this. It did not come easy. I followed up. If someone reached out to me, they go on a list. They never go off my list unless they say, Abby, I'm never buying that product, right? I'm still going to follow up with them. If I haven't heard from them, they haven't purchased in 2 or 3 months, I'll go ahead and tonight I would tag them in some more success stories. Right? They're like, oh my God, the girl's still tagging me. I need to buy this stuff. I go ahead and send them a cart that has the product in it. But most importantly, you guys can't see, but I have my little sticky pads up here. And this is what I look at every day. These are my goals. This is what I want to do in life. And so I have them stuck all up here. You know, when am I going to hit Pro 8? I want to go on a trip to Italy and be in culinary school. I live by faith, not by fear. And I had my Ireland goal that was up there. So these stickies stick up there. This is my vision board. Some people draw it out. I just do stickies. That way I can, when Pro 8, I'm done with that, I'm put Pro 9 up there, right? So I just switch out my sticky. And, you know, I just keep up with my team. So that's how I got there. My team, I would go reach out to them. If they were real close to rank advancing, I'm calling them. Hey, you're 200 away from rank advancing. Let's close some sales. Who can I talk to for you? What can we do? What can we do to purchase, you know, to get you there? Anytime we have an incentive trip and you get extra points for having a platinum pack, the company sometimes will give you points if you upgrade. So with Mexico, we got points for upgrading. So I was able to get my team to all start upgrading so they would get those points and win their trip to Mexico. And I was able to take 3 teammates with me to Mexico, and that was awesome. We had a really great time. And, you know, use those incentive trips as your incentive to grow and grow and grow because, you know, this company, they lay out a red carpet when you go on those trips. It is not just get on the airplane and get there. It's get on the airplane, meet and greet you at the door, serve you cocktails right when you get off of the plane. They have every meal plan, all kinds of events going on. They really treat you like royalty. You want to go. It is so much fun. I hope I never have to miss another one. I just made Ireland, so I'm so excited about that and can't wait to go to Ireland. My birthday, St. Patrick's Day, so that was a bucket list for me. So you better darn believe I've been working hard to rank advance my team because I wanted to go. And so, you know, just keep those things in mind. What's going to get you there? All of your team that's underneath you, right? Reach out to them, help them. What can I do? Ask them, what is your goal? I have one amazing, amazing rock star. I have many rock stars on my team. I have one. Her goal, she has a special needs child as well. She wanted to be a stay-at-home mom. Okay, what do we have to do to get you to be a stay-at-home mom? What do I need to help you, your goal be? What does your income need to be to get you there? She told me. We laid out a map. We built her a team, and I hope this is the last year she ever has to teach. So you call Mark. That's what you do.
That's right. That's right.
Mark and you say, this is someone's goal. Help me get her there.
Well, and my wife Krista sends her regard as well. She's running kid duty as we speak. And Mom Jackie Shepard, another Pro 8, was not going to be on the call tonight. She forgot she had a Zoom call with Minnesota tonight, so she wasn't able to hear you. She was very keen to meet you on Zoom tonight, sis. Real quick, we're a little over time, but this question has come up, and I would love to get your thoughts. Just and thank you for sharing the inside mechanisms of the sticky note method. But your daily method of operation, and particularly for me, my weak point has perennially been follow-up. So I'm kind of synthesizing, retooling my follow-up process. What does your day look like? And I thank you for sharing how much emphasis you place on reaching out to your team and your end of the month process. Daily method of operation.
Daily method of operations. Oh, I have a busy life. I have 4 children. My husband runs a Chick-fil-A, so I'm in and out of there too. We are very, very busy. So to keep me focused and concentrated on Life Advantage, I always open up my back office. I never know what's going to happen. What did Australia do last night while I was sleeping, right? So I'm always going. First thing I do, I want to open up my back office. I want to see where my team is sitting. And, you know, I always have my list. I always have a running list. Who I'm talking to, prospects for distributors, prospects for customers. And I put a check mark and a date each time I follow up with them. You know, I don't want to bug someone. And that's what I get back from a lot of my customers. They always say, you didn't push the product on us. You put it in front of us and you let us sit on it. And that's what I do. So you share your product, right? So we're going to add, tag, and message. You're going to wait a couple of days and you're just going to tag them in another success story, okay? So if it's that time on my timeline to tag them, I tag them. If it's time for me to reach out, I'll just reach out and say, hey, I know life gets busy. Here's the products that I recommend you taking. I put them in a cart. All you need to do is click and check out, and I send it to them. I have people that just trust me that, you know, because of my background probably, but also because of the success stories that I've shared, that I'm going to pick the right product with them. And I always talk to them, you know, price point for them and their families. Everybody's on some type of budget, right? So just because the Vitality Stack may not fit for their entire family, we could definitely work out something so we could get the whole family on NRF2 at least, right? And then I always gear my children to all of my children that I put on any pediatrics, the omegas. You know, it's very important to bundle those omegas for those children. They're not getting it in their diet and they need it. And so I always, always, always give NRF2 with the omegas for them. So anyway, back to my follow-up of my day. I usually reach out and follow up on prospects. I always reach out and follow up with my team. And on Facebook, how are you going to reach people, right? They have so many roadblocks. You pick 10 people a week that you haven't talked to. So pick 10 people from high school, college, whoever it is who's in your friend list that you haven't talked to, you haven't seen their post. And for this week, every day, you're going to go visit their page. You have to comment, okay? How are we going to get them to respond and comment back to us? You're going to ask them a question. Oh my gosh, that vacation looks so amazing. Where did you guys go? They have to interact with you, right? They're going to respond eventually and tell you where they went on vacation. So think of something in their pictures, in their videos, whatever they've got on their Facebook page. Comment to them, let them know. You're saying, hey, how are you? I noticed your picture. Where did you go on vacation? Oh my goodness, where are you guys going this year on vacation? You know, just any type of question. Where'd you get your hair done? It looks good. Your hair coloring looks real good. Who's your hairdresser? That sounds like a great question. I mean, anything, guys, anything to get them to respond. If they put a plate of food up there, and honey, I think it's crazy when people put their food on Facebook, but some people do. I put my juicing stuff on there. I've learned that you need to pick a platform on your Facebook so people will follow you, right? I'm real big into nutrition, nutrigenomics because of my Emma Grace. She can't have anything out of a package, right? We have to be real careful what I give her with her liver. So juicing became my new platform to get attention drawn to me, so then they'll ask me about my product. Anyway, so if someone posts about their food, that looks fantastic. Which restaurant were y'all at? That sounds great. So 10 people to follow up on Facebook. Instagram, you just have to touch people. So if you're on Instagram, you got to go like their picture, like their story that they had today. Anything as long as you have contact with them, Instagram then sees that you're active. And then lastly, I don't know if I mentioned that, you know, I reach out to my teammates. So if I haven't heard from someone in quite some time, I'll have their name written down for the week and I try to focus on them. What can I do to help you? what can we do to relaunch your business? You know, you've been a distributor for a couple of months and understand life gets busy. What can I do to help you launch your business? When the hair care came out, the new avenue I went down is I had my team gather together. We did a little Facebook training, and we all set up a launch party in Facebook. So each one of my teammates had their own launch party within Facebook, so they could air the hair care launch. They could also run it for the whole month that it was out, putting out success stories, videos, all of their product information, because now they've already gained all these people into their little party, right? Everybody wants to go to a party. And with me in my busy life, if you're having a Facebook party and selling a product, I'll probably jump on there because I don't have time to get out of the house and go to it. So you can do that on Facebook. So just know that if you've been in business for a while and you want to relaunch your business, relaunch it through a Facebook party, because that's going to grab a lot of attention. And just be authentic. I hope I answered your question, Mark.
That's great. Yeah, thank you. And I realize we probably need to have you back on because clearly there are little nuggets that you sprinkle all throughout your conversation that, you know, I'm watching all of us write down furious notes. Thank you, Abby. We appreciate you getting on. And I mean, I love your heart, and I love the fact that you would serve so generously in the team that's not yours, and share your wisdom with these guys. And man, it's another confirmation we're in the right place at the right time, doing the right thing with the right people for the right reasons.
That's right. That's right. Absolutely. My pleasure. It was nice to speak with all of you and get to know you. I hope to see you in Charleston. We
will. Just a couple things, guys, as we close. And Julie, I'm going to kick it back over to you for any final thoughts. Just a heads up, in Charleston, the format has changed. Those of you that have been to events before know that typically first session starts after lunch on the Friday. That's not the case in Charleston. We will start bright and early Friday morning. The afternoon on Friday afternoon is reserved for breakouts. So if you come cruising in at 1 o'clock on Friday, you will have missed half of the day, a third or a quarter of your Elite Academy experience. So don't do that. Make sure you are taking the appropriate measures to get up, get your coffee, get your breakfast, get at the door so you're in the front of the room. We'll go over our pre-event sort of checklist next Monday, and you should be following all the reports and all the updates that are going on the Team Lifetree page. If you're not yet on these Facebook groups, if you're on Facebook, we would certainly welcome you. Not just to use them for prospecting, but to share posts. There's a huge principle of social proof behind what's going on in social media, and it's far more powerful than just you or me giving our 2 cents worth. That's called being the messenger. The message, not the messenger. And so we're letting the social media tools do the heavy lifting for those folks that are participating in social media. So please, if you will, if you've got a story, doesn't have to be a diagnostic therapeutic story. It can be Eric Worre's 30-second elevator pitch story. What you did, what you didn't like, what you found, and how you feel. That's your story, and we'd love to have 1 billion of those on that Lifetree Health Network page. And any science or medical stories you've got that are compliant, please post them on the Lifetree Science group as well. For your new distributors, I want to invite you to plug them all into the Team Lifetree Facebook group. Colonel Whistler is doing an outstanding job of curating and populating that Facebook group. It's amazing. The genius exists in our group, certainly not at the top. So we're so appreciative of the collaboration that goes on within our team and outside of our team, clearly. So that's all I've got for tonight. Again, we'll go over the pre-Charleston checklist next Monday, but this Thursday night there is a live opportunity meeting that Jerry and Julie have cooked up. So make sure that your prospects and your team is aware of that. Obviously, it's a 2-minute drill time into the month. So just if you will execute that information that Abby shared, check with your auto ships. Make sure your team members that are close to rank advancing know that it's the end of Pro 5 hustle qualifications. This ostensibly will be the last qualification month for Pro 5 Hustle. So anybody that's close, Pro 3, Pro 4, that's got some movement, make sure that they know that as well. And of course, Ireland. And it's really still attainable for brand new folks. I think you could make the case that somebody like Abby joining your team, you could get them to Ireland pretty straight forthwith, shall I say. So that's all I've got. Julie, I'll kick it back over to you if you'll close us up, sister. I appreciate you. Thanks everybody for jumping on. I'll kick it back to you.
Thanks, Mark. Are you still on, Abby? Abby, I guess she's gone. Well,
She's still there. She's
on.
I just wanted to remind too that Thursday night our speaker is on the Science Advisory Board. Dr. Deb Viglione is our speaker for Thursday, so you don't want to miss her. She is great, and she's busy, and it's hard to get her. So I'm glad Julie was able to twist her arm to be on the call for us.
Okay, well, I just wanted to give a special thanks to Abby, and I guess, some of the things that stood out to me is just her consistency, her persistence. And one of the things that I just love is her confidence. Did you guys notice her confidence and how she asks for the business? And she just tells her friends, you're going to do this with me? I thought that was really cool. So thanks so much, Abby. We greatly appreciate you. We look forward to seeing you and everyone next week in Charleston, South Carolina, Lead Academy. So thanks everyone for joining us. Have a great end of the month. Reach out to help. Like Mark said, we want to be very diligent in helping our team. And so if you need help, reach out for help. And we love you guys. Thanks you so much for joining us. Good night.
Good night.
Go Dogs.